Hi everybody, my name is Reese, and I am back from the convenience store with those cigarettes I said I was going out for 20 years ago. Anyway, my this video is going to be a bit of an update on this channel, where I'm going, where I've been, that sort of thing. I've recorded previous iterations of this video and they have gone past the 10 minute mark, well into 12 minute, 16, 15 minute territory. I'm going to try to get this to like 7 minutes or below. I'm going to be very concise, so if I sound a little choppy and robotic, please
Forgive me.
okay, so here we go.
Forgive me, Father.
um Basically, this past year has been insane for me, and it started with me voluntarily leaving my job. I quit back in February because the job was horrible. It was miserable. I felt horrible the whole time I worked there. It was humiliating. It was customer service. I mean, need I say more? I should have just said that and not said anything else. So that left me a lot of time just to think, okay, let's take stock in my creative side. Let's take stock in what I want to do as a career. What have I been doing? What's been going right? What's been wrong? What needs to change? Those kinds of big questions that people in their mid-20s ask themselves in times of strife. So I was asking myself these questions, and basically the conclusion that I've come to recently, and the job that I've recently started within this past month, is that I need to suck it up and learn a trade. I've become a tradesman. I'm now an apprentice electrician for a really good company, and if all goes well, starting this coming early next year, they're going to sponsor my classroom education, pay for all of it, and pay for my 4-year apprenticeship, the classroom side, so that at the end of it, I am a journeyman electrician with a highly, highly in-demand skill all across the world, so long as electricity literally exists. And it's not only a skill that is lucrative for, just your personal finances and being able to support a family someday like I want to do. It's a skill that is useful both on and off the clock. So I not only want to just become useful, for myself and earn an honest, really good living, but I want to be useful to my community and my own household and any friends or family who need my help. That's what I think the trades really are. I think that's why they're so special. And I'd like to make a video on that sometime soon. I think it deserves its own video, and that kind of does mark the overall shift in this channel that I'm going to be discussing in a little bit here. But yeah, that's what I'm doing, guys. I've become a tradesman, and it's something I never thought. I did it was kind of a slow burn, slow creep towards this decision. But in general, for most of my 20s, as a guy, especially from the male perspective, I've wanted to build something for a very long time. And I think that men at the root of their psyche want to build, even, as a group, to work together towards something. That's when men operate best. But on an individual unit level, just the individual wants to construct something bigger than him that he can say is his. And I've just not felt that for all my 20s thus far. I'm now 27 years old, and after being unemployed for so long, I just finally had it, and I'm just throwing myself in, starting from the ground up, not getting paid a whole lot of money, and just eating humble pie and just, working from the bottom up. So that's what's happening with my life right now, and that's a huge change. And once I've gotten this settled, and this was why I didn't upload very often, guys. It was because I did not have this very, very critical box checked in my life. How do I earn my living? Where's the final spot where I'm just going to be earning my living that's not going to feel like it's a temporary solution? I finally found that. I've only found that in the past month. So this is huge. So I've gotten this solved, but I've also been trying to solve for my creative side, my creative talents. And, you guys know that to be from voices and impressions and things like that. So I'm going to say something that I hope is not taken the wrong way, and I hope this doesn't just immediately disappoint you guys. So hear me out, and I'm going to try to keep this, concise. But when I've made these impression videos and these voice videos where I kind of just go off and just name off impressions and just kind of do them, and even when I try to remix them into a different medium like video games, it's not been very satisfying for me creatively. I've been able to do these voices and have had this talent for most of my life, but I don't know if it's me taking it for granted, or I've just not really found my stride yet with how I want to present that and package this talent of mine. But making the kinds of videos that I've made thus far, where I feel like I'm just a jukebox, hasn't made me feel really happy on an individual basis as a creative person. And not to say that there's just been zero enjoyment whatsoever. I liked the technical side of just making things perfect, take after take after take, till I heard the right take and delivered. And it feels good to deliver, and it feels good to make you guys laugh. There's no denying that. But overall, in the grand scheme of representing my creative self, I don't think that that's where my bread and butter really lies. So while I have now solved for my career, while I have now solved for how I earn my living as a man in America, I'm now still in the process of figuring out how to best represent myself creatively in the internet sphere on YouTube. So I'm going to close this. Oh, hell yes, I'm making great time. I'm going to close this. By now, this would have been at like 12 minutes just to get to this point. That's how horrible I can ramble. So to close this, I'm going to give you a very loose outline of what I'm thinking about here in terms of my YouTube channel. So I'm going to stay uploading on this YouTube channel for now. I'm going to maybe change the name to something else. I haven't quite figured that out yet. But I'm going to make uploads similar to this, where I'm going to be discussing a topic that's just important to me, that I feel like deserves more discussion. I'm going to talk about things that have happened in my life, tell stories, and maybe do a little news analysis if it warrants it, like my head's in the corner and I have like an article. I made a video kind of experimenting with that before. Things like that, where I'm going to be just kind of going on rants. And I'm someone who, my friends and family know me as a very opinionated person who really likes to debate and really express myself in that kind of medium and just give my hot take and opinions on things and generate discussion and go back and forth with people. And I really like ranting. But most importantly of all, in this kind of delivery, I'm not a politically correct person whatsoever. And that's going to inform how I ultimately represent myself going forward in all aspects. I pride myself on being this kind of person. I'm thankful. I thank God that I don't bend the knee to forces at play in this current climate that, might grant me more monetary satisfaction by not saying X, Y, or Z and self-censoring and just kowtowing to this just the real pandemic of censorship. Oops, I said pandemic. Now I'm going to be flagged by some creepy subterranean AI robot in a YouTube server farm like 10,000 feet below the earth, whatever. But you get my point. That's kind of what I'm going to be going forward. I might incorporate some, what it's like being an apprentice and learning electrician stuff and just doing that and turning one's life around late in your 20s, things like that. But I'm going to still color it with voices, and I'm still going to do voices as standalone videos from time to time, but I'm setting the right expectation with you, my audience, you, yes, you, right now, that's not going to be the main bread and butter of this channel. And if that's not something that you can tolerate, you can absolutely at any time open up a new tab and watch those channels who, man, that just lights their fire. They get up every day. They are magnetized to that kind of content, and they make it every day. More voices, more voices, more voices. That's not me. And it feels good to finally just say that and set that right expectation with you. So To end this, I'm going to say this. Thank you very much to each and every one of you who have followed my content, who have hit the thumbs up button, who have commented extremely nice and encouraging feedback, and have indicated that what I've done thus far has made you laugh, has had a positive effect on you. I really appreciate that. I have read all the comments, and that has given me fulfillment for sure. On that individual person-to-person basis, hearing what you guys have had to say about what I've had to make. But in the overall output, I believe I'm doing myself a disservice by not actualizing my full creative potential here. And this is me just saying, I want to give you guys a better product, and that's really it. But that does not diminish any of the positivity, the positive exchange that I've had with y'all who have stuck around this whole time. Thank you again. Seriously. So that's about all, folks. I'm going to upload here and there going forward. I might go live soon. I'll let you know if I do that. Play some piano, drink a couple beers, chit chat with you guys. It's always a good time. But until then, my name is Reese. Thank you again for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.